Hello and welcome to the I Can Do podcast with Benjamin Lee. We're here to talk about tips and strategies to have an I Can Do mindset when it comes to faith, family, fitness, and food. Let's go. Here's your host, Benjamin Lee.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the I Can Do podcast. I am Benjamin Lee. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting this podcast. I really appreciate it. I hope all is well with you. So a couple of days ago, as I was working out on my Peloton bike, I really love my Peloton bike. It's a great workout. All of this really came to me. This title of this particular episode, I'm calling it Turn Your Pain into Power. Turn your pain into power. March is a special month for me. Now, if you've listened to my very first episode, then you know about my heart condition. You also know about my ICD, the implantable cardioverter defibrillator that I have in my chest. The first one that I received was on March 17th, 2010. So next week, Lord willing, I'm recording this the week before. Next week will mark 10 years. It is the reason this podcast is called I Can Do. The thought of getting this device, when I look back and just kind of reflect, and I typically do that as this anniversary comes, the thought of getting the device, it really did produce a lot of pain for me. How my chest was going to look after I got the device, that created a lot of pain for me. And how my workouts would change. There was pain thinking about that. How much money I would have to spend on the device, and not just the first one, but throughout the rest of my life. That brought about a lot of pain as well. The fear of what could potentially go wrong in the procedure, or even after I get the device, more pain. How might my wife even respond to the whole situation? That produced even more pain. I'm thankful my wife responded in the proper way, but I'm sharing all of this with you because going through this whole situation, it did produce a lot of pain. There was a lot of pain in the beginning, and it wasn't just contained in just a few months before and after I got the device in 2010, because pain doesn't often work like that, does it? Sometimes it goes away, and then it can suddenly decide to show up all over again. But as I think about the past decade of my life, at the same time, I'm thankful. I'm thankful because, number one, I'm still alive. That's really reason for all of us to be thankful. Now, I will say this. If I could go back and have the heart condition and the ICD all taken away, if I could go back and do that, I certainly would. I know there are plenty of people who say, I wouldn't change a thing that I've gone through. Well, I would. I don't know if that's bad for me to say, but looking back, I would change it. If I could avoid this, then I would. Now, I've had a lot of other painful situations in my life throughout the years, and this one in particular, this one was out of my control, having a genetic condition. So I can't go back and change what happened and what I currently have even right now. So I had to decide, even back in 2010, what was I going to do with all of this pain? I had a couple of options. It could consume me. It could turn into something much worse. I could retaliate or try to fight back in a negative manner, or it could change me for the better. I Can Do was really conceived back in 2010 when I first got the device. At least the tagline, the phrase, the acronym, that was really conceived during that time. Looking back, I experimented with bracelets where I had the phrase on it. I think I may even try to get those back here eventually. I began thinking about different ideas with t-shirts and things like that. While I had my phrase and my I Can Do motto and things like that, it wasn't really deeply embedded into my mind. That would take not just days or weeks or months, but really years as I look back and reflect. But slowly I've seen, thank the Lord, how the pain that I did experience has really turned into power. It's become a source of motivation for me to some degree. It's helped me to be thankful with what I do have and what I can do. Now, all of us are going to experience difficult moments in our lives. I'm certainly not saying that what you have been through relates with what I have been through or vice versa. But what I am suggesting is that in the process of time, that the pain may become a source of power. We can still decide how we are going to respond to the setbacks, the challenges, and the pain that we do experience. So maybe you're feeling a great deal of pain because you have allowed your body to get out of shape. Maybe you have not really taken great care of your health as you know that you should. Well, that produces a lot of pain. But you have to ask yourself, how might that pain help you to recover your form and never to go back? How might you be able to use that for strength as you move forward? Maybe you're feeling a great deal of pain financially because of a lack of self-control. My wife and I have just come to terms that credit cards just don't work too well for us. They produced way too much pain. So from that pain, we had to make a decision of how we could use that pain to help us in the future. And so that pain eventually turned into power, where it helped us to make some better decisions. And thankfully, we have greatly improved in that area. Turn your pain into power. What might you be able to learn from what you're going through or what you have experienced in the past? And how might that pain may become a source of great power and strength or fuel for you? Use it as a reminder, or look at it maybe as a reminder of how strong you really are. And that through it all, you're still here. That through it all, God is still providing. That through it all, life is continuing to move forward. Whatever you're going through, keep going. Whatever challenges you may be facing, keep moving forward. That pain may just give you even more strength. Turn your pain into power. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, I can do, so can you.